Hello, everyone, and welcome to Limitless Gaming esports coverage of Limitless Formula Racing, the Tuesday Limitless 2 edition. I am Kem, and I will be one of your commentators for today's race. If you have not subscribed to this channel as yet, please do so, as that will help us out immensely. And also, if you did not catch the race that took place yesterday at Australia for Monday Limitless 1, it was quite crazy. Go and check it out and like that video as well. So for today's race for Tuesday Limitless 2, we are here at Austria, and it is the sprint qualifying format for today. And at this time, I would like to introduce my co-commentator for today, on Tuesdays, as per usual. Big Weir, how are you doing, sir?
Hello, we're back. We're back again. Week off, and we're back. And I'm good. I'm good, but I'm not good, Cam, because as you know, I was meant to go on holiday this week, but airports do things, and I didn't get in the end. I missed my flight, but you know,
Oh, wow.
I'm here. It means I don't get to miss this. So you know, I'm hyped. We're good. I'm in denial about I could be in Croatia right now, but. I'm in denial, but we're here. We're here. But yeah, no, I'm glad to be back after the week off. To be fair, I missed it. Like I say, we didn't do any races at all last week. I think we needed the break, but I'm just as excited to get going again. Anyway, but quite a lot of people getting out on track quite quickly as I look here. Nobody's really mucking around at the minute.
Yeah.
You know, we've still, we had a couple of new drivers joined just at the last race of the season, or the midway point of the season. So a couple of them guys have come back today. One new driver today, I think, in the Haas.
Yep.
If I'm right.
Yep, so that would be XYech, we'll call him.
I like it. It sounds edgy. I'm just going to call him Exy. We'll go with that.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm keen on butchering names, but this is what we need, some butchering of the names. But yes, I love a bit of Austria. Austria is always a good track to race on. Lots of overtaking opportunities. Only 10 corners, but plenty of overtaking opportunities. 3 DRS zones if I've added them up correctly. It's just, I think it's going to be a mad one. Also a track that's quite keen on the rain. It loves to rain here, but I haven't had any word yet about what the weather's like. So if somebody who's racing wants to give me a little bit of an update on what the weather's looking like for the sprint at least, because I haven't even talked about that yet. Sprint week, Cam!
Yep. This is going to be quite interesting. So I'm currently on board with Lewis F1. He's going to be the first one to set a time as long as he does not invalidate through this final turn, which he does.
It's only one of those ones already. Was it Monza? We were the whole qualifying was us hyping things up and then people diving in the pit lane. Hopefully it's not going to be one of those. But for anyone wondering, Taylor McKenzie has a qualifying ban today, so he's retiring in the pits for the 18-minute qualifying session we have. But he will be allowed to race in the sprint. So yeah, just to let you know, I suppose.
And there's an Alfa Romeo that has stopped on the track. H. Bosworth, I'm not sure what happened with him, but he stopped for a second just right before the final turn. He has damage?
Yeah, he does. His front right end plate is completely missing, so I'm assuming he's lost it at the last corner. Wouldn't recommend qualifying without an end plate because it doesn't really make it too easy to make those turns. He's coming into turn 3 now, so we'll see. Yeah, there's a lot of understeer. He's probably going to have to box.
So I'm currently on board with XC, who is reserving for the Haas team today. This is his first race for LFR as he comes to the finish line. It's a 104.493 to put him in second. Not too bad.
Not too bad. It's not, like I said, this is quite a short track. I'm not expecting these splits to be too big today. I'm sort of thinking everyone within about maybe 2 seconds. Dark Stomper comes out of the break straight to the top of the time and shoots as well. But I'm not expecting a big gap between the times today. There's not a lot of time to be made or lost on this track. With it being so short and having so few corners, like I mentioned earlier, but I'm just looking at seeing Yates Wadsworth. He's actually put a time in there, so I'm assuming he's lost it at the last corner, and that's why he had that damage, and that's why his time's a little bit slower than the rest at the minute.
So I'm currently on board with Baby, who is coming to the start-finish line, and he jumps to 4th with a 1:04.527. Not too bad by the AlphaTauri driver.
Respect. Well, the new guys coming in and trying to make a name for themselves straight away. They're going to have a little bit of catching up to do, obviously, because they've joined so late. But like I say, looking at the standings, the bottom of the standings in the sort of midfield is incredibly close. So even a win today could shoot them up, well, 10 places easily. To be fair, we know Dark Stomper Brandon. He's sort of running away with it at this point. I think he's got about a 73-point lead over the person in P2. But I did a bit of maths earlier because I got a bit curious. I wanted to know, when can he win the championship? It's actually not for a lifetime. There's still 280 points available. So he's got a nice comfort blanket. But I've seen stranger things happen, like a comeback. All it takes is a couple of weeks away, and all of a sudden, those guys 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are right back into the mix.
I'm just trying to see if there is anyone. Prix is currently on an outlap. There's a Ferrari that is coming to the line. I believe that was so hyped. I think he's just starting a lap now, so.
Looking here, I think Boost is moving the next one. No, he's going into the pit lane. There it is. There. It's going to be one of those ones. Flea maybe on a lap. Yeah, he's on a lap. So at the minute, just Flea and So Hype's on a lap. Maybe Lewis as well.
Yeah, so we'll ride on board with Flea. See what he's able to do, as he has not put in a time as yet, as we have just over 10 minutes left in this qualifying session.
See where he's at. He's into turn 4 now. Decent, actually. He's put a lot of practice in today. I know he's done his own little private practice session as well as the full practice we do before qualifying. So I'm hoping, as I said earlier, he's earlier in the season, he swapped from controller to So Hype's doing a strong lap. But yeah, Flea has made a change from the controller to the wheel. He did take some time to get used to it, but seems to be starting to get a little bit of a hang of it. He's kind of in the mix there with a 1:05.5. Still time to gain, but he's not seconds off the pace like he was earlier.
Yep. There's actually a car that is currently on track. It's BKS set. And there's yellow flags in sector 2. I think it's just a slowing Haas. I believe that was XC. So we'll see.
Actually starting to stick already, Ken. I'm liking this.
So Ryan Van Doom just crossed the start finish and jumped to 7th with a 1:04.619.
Decently lap there from the Aston Martin. But if you look at these splits, P3 to P8, 2/10, maybe even P9, 2/10. It's going to be so marginal. Like, if you can gain a 10th here, it could shoot you right up the standings for the qualifying. Yeah, I'm expecting right at the end of the session some late runners to try and squeeze everything they can out of this track.
Yeah. So I was just currently I was riding on board with Shugs, and he jumped. And Dark Stomper with the first into the 103s with a 1:03.985. I was riding on board with Shug's Life, and he jumped from 8th to 4th, putting in a 1:04.430.
I think Haas is looking very strong at the minute. Shug's Life, full-time Thursday driver, but he likes to reserve on its Tuesday. So I think he'll be very happy with that. he's put a lot of practice in today too, I know. So he's probably a little more dialed into the track than anyone who hasn't practiced. Just looking, there's another Haas is around at turn 1. It's my boy Exy. I'm liking this. I'm liking it. I'm liking this name.
So I'm currently on board with Iggy Combo, who has taken 3.5 tenths out of his best time, but he ran wide and has now invalidated, unfortunately.
I'm hoping these Alfa Romeos don't break my heart today. Yeah, I'm very vocal about my supporting of the Alfa Romeo boys. Those two are, I'd say, probably my favourites if they can get a little bit more consistent with the results to take the constructors. Dark Stomper in the Alpine is currently leading the Constructors' Championship as well as the Drivers' Championship, despite basically being on his own this whole season. Not sure what's going on down there at Alpine, but they just can't seem to cement that second driver into that seat at the minute. But Brandon's certainly making up for it.
So I was just riding on board with H. Bosworth. He jumped to 6th with a 104.521. So one of your Alfa Romeo boys going into the top 5.
So I think we've got Fibble Boy. He's going to join us.
So I was just riding on board with Baby. He has invalidated. Iggy Combo is next to come for the start finish. Ran wide there, but did not invalidate. And jumps to 4th with a 104.423. I don't know how he didn't invalidate going through that final turn, but hey, sometimes that luck is on your side.
What a man. And that was an old tyres too, so it's still, I'd say still could eke a little bit more out of that lap. Like I said, look at the splits now. I was saying earlier that it's so marginal between a lot of these guys. A bit of a jump from P11 down, but like from P11 right to P3 is literally 2 tenths. It's gonna get feisty. It's gonna get feisty, Kev. I'm looking forward to it.
So let us just see if anyone is on a flying lap. I see Boosted. And I think Boosted just how much time do we have left in this?
You can't see because there's a yellow flag in sector 3 with 5 minutes.
Okay, you can tell Boosted, or sorry, you can tell Fibble Boy, just message him, yeah, he joined. So as long as he retires, then he should be good.
He should be fine. So it's now 17 drivers onto the grid. Fibble Boy going to have to make up some places during the sprint, but at least he's got the sprint to have that opportunity to, you know, start himself better for the actual point-paying race. Oh wait, hang on, I'm talking rubbish. There's points in the sprint. Never mind. Top six get points in the sprint. So 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1 for the top 6. So there's a little bit of an advantage to starting in the top sort of 10 for the sprint, but it also gives Fibble Boy a chance to make up some of those positions and avoid starting from the back of the grid. Make it a little bit easier for the race.
So I'm currently riding on board with Shug's Life, who is 500th slower as Fibble Boy has left the session.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's
Hopefully
definitely not what we, it's not what we want to see, but
oh, we've just got a bit of an update, so we're dry sprint, no dramas in the sprint anyway. He's back in, good. But we won't know about the race until we load in really, but we've got a dry sprint race. Like I say, I think, I won't be surprised if we see some rain for the full race, because it seems every time I'm racing here there's some sort of a downpour, whether it's changeable conditions or full wets. It seems to like to rain in Austria.
So there's a Haas that's going into the pits. Gennady is just about to start a flying lap, although I think Baby is also on an out lap as well. Let's see who else is coming to the line. It's all out laps at the moment.
Let's get to that time. Everyone's going to go out the last possible second, just so the track evolution is ramped up to as high as it possibly can before the time runs out. See if they can find those. Oh, just look, Shug's Life and Iggy at the exact same time.
Yeah, he just jumped with that 104.423 to get the exact same
filthy. That's absolutely filthy. There's a bit of a rivalry between the Haas and the Alfa Romeo at the moment, but that is absolute filth. It's so marginal, but I wasn't expecting it to be that marginal. Shug's Life takes fourth according to the game, but I think it should have been Iggy from the way it works in real life.
Yeah.
Because he set that up first, but hey-oh. I trust in the Alphas. I'm trusting the Alpha boys.
So I'm riding on board with Giannotti. I don't think this will be an improvement. It is. 2/10 improvement. Jumps to 13th with a 105.377.
See Flea's out. I'm keeping an eye on him. He's dived into the pits.
Yeah.
Mustn't have liked his lap. He's going to see if he can get in and out before the time runs out. I think he will just have time, but it's going to be tight. Red Bull's going to have to get a move on.
Ooh, so Lewis F1 actually just set a purple sector 2 and then invalidated, unfortunately.
He's backing out. I don't know if he's got time to pit again. He's going to have to make the call right now, though. Looks like he's going for it.
Is there? Oh, Dark Stomper, I believe, is on a flyer as it is, but Exy is somewhat in his way. Might be a bit of a tow, actually. We'll see as Dark Stomper is coming to... And he backed out.
Interesting, he backed out. I'm not sure if he's going to have time to get back around again. He will have. He'll have plenty of time. I think that's what he's thinking. And he's got held up a bit there by the Haas, just out of the last corner. And he's off track there at turn 1 as well. My boy, Exy.
So currently on board with Iggy, who's coming to the line, and it's going to be an improvement. Yup, jumps to third with a 104.270.
Get yourself in the mix. Get yourself in the mix. You say the Alpha boys are up, and if they can just get their consistency sorted, I genuinely think they're in with a shout at the constructors. But that was what I call a stunky lap. Very, very stunky lap. He didn't like sharing that time with Shug's Life, so he said, "No, I'll just do one better."
And Lewis F1 just invalidated. He would have jumped to P3 if he did not, by the slightest margin. He invalidated off of that last turn.
And he's not going to get a chance to go again because where he invalidated actually invalidates his next lap. So that time of 104.3 is where he's going to stay. Shug's Life's not going to pip him. Kingsholm's on a lap at the moment. This could do him a little bit dirty here.
On board with Phoenix and sets a 105.068 to jump to 13. As Flea is just got to the line to be able to start a final flying lap.
I was on board with H. Bosworth just in front of him and I thought that was going to be tight. And H. Bosworth's out of fuel! He's out of fuel! He's misjudged the fuel count. He's out of fuel. He's not going to get a chance. So Alpha's going to cement his time as well, and he's looking a little bit vulnerable down there in P9. Turn 1 round here can be an absolute disaster. He does not want to be in the middle of the pack. If you're at the front, you have a much higher chance of getting through to turn 1 in one piece. But that was unfortunate for him.
Yep. So I was just on board with Kingsholm. He improved to go into 6th with a 104.320 as Exy.
Oh dear, that was bad. That was really bad. Okay. So I was on board with that. He's almost killed a couple of people there, but yeah. So I think Exy was off track at do the math. I think it's about turn 7 or 8. He's put it in the wall now, but he rejoined the track as Phoenix was coming around the corner and drove straight. Phoenix drove straight into the side of him.
Wow.
Took Phoenix out of the race. I'm not sure if Phoenix was improving on his lap or not, but that was unfortunate. We'll put it that way. It was unfortunate.
Yep, so this looks like it's going to be our starting grid for this 5-lap sprint, as it's Dark Stomper, the only one to go into the 103s, takes pole position for this 5-lap sprint here at Austria. So I'll just go through the starting order for the race. Oh, so it's actually 2 penalties for XE. So Dark Stomper in first, So Heights in second, Iggy in third, BKS in fourth, Lewis F1 in fifth, King's Home in sixth, Shug's Life in seventh, XE in eighth, although he's dropping, H. Bosworth in ninth, Baby in 10th, Ryan Van Doom 11th, Boosted 12th, Phoenix 13th, Janati 14th, Flea in 15th, and Taylor McKenzie will be starting at the back. But it looks like XE's going to be starting at the back because he got 2 5-place grid penalties.
I'm not sure. I didn't see him actually collide with Dark Stomper, but I did see him collide with Phoenix. So I don't know where the other 5-second penalties come from, but it's unfortunate for him. It's going to put him in kind of a big disadvantage right at the back of the grid there.
Yep. After doing a relatively decent job in that qualifying session, so that's unfortunate for XE as we just wait for the cars to form up on the grid. If you're listening, there is no formation lap, so get ready. The race is starting.
Prepare for carnage. Just prepare.
Yep. Yep, so all of the cars have formed up, and it's 5 red lights, although I cannot. Okay, and it's away we go, so we will see. I'll try and get the position changes up. BKS has already made up 1 position. Lewis has also made up 1 position, and we have yellow flags in sector 1. Who is that?
Not sure.
H. Bosworth.
And Haas, I think. Oh yeah, the 2 of them looked tangled, and H. Bosworth's got that end plate damage again. It's not good. He's going to have to pit surely and hope for some carnage in front of him, but that's no favours done for him.
Currently riding on board with King's Home, who's just coming up to the back of Lewis F1, king of the late braking, and it's side by side. Oh, and So Heights is out!
He's out. I'm not sure what happened there. He looked like he got a massive tank slap on the exit there of turn 4. Straight into the barrier.
That is unfortunate for the Ferrari driver, as Iggy is around as well.
No, the Alpha boys are breaking my heart. They're breaking my heart. They're not having a good day here at the minute. They're going to have to double stack. Well, maybe, I'm not sure if Iggy's got damage, but if he has to pit, they're going to have to double stack, and that's not going to do them any more favours. Both of them looking sort of safely in the top 10, but as we know with a sprint, it can cause a lot of carnage, and anyone can start anywhere.
So I'm currently on board with Ryan Van Doom. Just made a move on Baby, but it seems as if Baby is now fighting back Flea, also making his way past Phoenix. We will see what it is, as Baby and Ryan Van Doom are still side by side. Ryan Van Doom has a little bit of an advantage on the AlphaTauri driver.
Yeah, Ryan looked like got a lot better exit there than Baby did out of that corner. Carried the speed around the outside and got the power down earlier, and now he's got himself ahead. Great move.
So I'm currently on board with Thibble Boy, who is around!
It's another driver, and like I said, he had the opportunity to make up some places in the sprint. He just was doing great. I think he was at P9 there, and he's totally undone a lot of his work. But I'm not sure. I can't see any damage just for the camera angles, but no, he looks to be okay. So he can keep going, but I think the best he can hope for at the minute is P12.
So I'm currently, actually I'll jump to Shugs, as he's just made his way past King's Home into turn 3, although King's Home somehow able to make his way back ahead of Shugs.
And use that 200 IQ plays we've seen in real life at the minute of breaking before the DRS detection zone, just so he can make the overtake again. It seemed to something similar to what Ryan Van Doom done. He managed to make it stick around the outside, where maybe that's the better line. Go for the outside line, get the better exit, and you've better traction out there. So keep an eye on that move for a couple of times really in the race too.
Yep. As we have yellow flags, and it's an Alpha driver again.
No. Poor Harry. Poor H. Bosworth, not having a good time. He did say before the race he was expecting to spin. It looks like he's holding true to his word on that front.
So as Thibberboy gets himself a 2-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings, I'm on board with Shug's Life, who has just made his way past, well, side by side with King's Home, and it looks like Ryan Van
traction.
Yeah, on the outside.
This left is not paid off King's Home so far, but he's going to go for a move up the inside. Oh, it's a little nip and tuck there.
Yep, and still side by side between the Haas and Red Bull driver, and King's Home has actually made his way back past Shug's Life to go back into fourth.
Van Diemen's just sitting in the waitings there as well. He's hoping these two have a bit of an incident. The two Aston Martins having a great run so far. Cut themselves right on. I'm not sure what the position change is, but 4 for Ryan and 5 for Phoenix. Like I say, they've had a great sprint so far.
Yep. So I'm now on board with... Oh, and Ryan Van Doom is around!
And he's gonna watch
himself.
He
needs to watch the rejoin and has taken Flea out. And Giannotti's around! And Baby gets a 2-second time penalty for a collision with his teammate Giannotti.
That was a big one. Like I say, he just tried to get himself spun around and he's just put himself in the path of Flea coming around the corner. It's unfortunate for Flea. I think I've done it again, Cam. I've jinxed him. I've jinxed the Aston Martins. Free space for Phoenix. Yeah, like I said, it's unfortunate for both Flea and the Aston Martins.
Yep. So on board with Dark Stomper coming to the finish line, and it's going to be first for the Alpine driver. Following him is BKS of the Ferrari team. Following him is Lewis of McLaren. King's Home finishing in fourth. Shug's Life in fifth, and Phoenix coming home in sixth position. Exy in seventh. Thibberboy finishing in eighth. Baby finishing in ninth, followed by Iggy Combo of the Alfa Romeo team. Giannotti finishes in 11th. Taylor McKenzie gets a 2-second time penalty. Will be finishing in 12th place. And now we just wait for Boosted and H. Bosworth to finish.
Man, like I said, a lot of big gainers there from the sprint. Like Exy up 9 positions, Thibberboy up 9 positions despite having a spin. Yeah, most of the top 10 really benefit. The only person who didn't gain a position in the top 10 was actually Dark Stomper, who started on pole. So top 10 really done well there. I'm feeling for the Ferrari. I'm so hyped. Great qualifying. He's completely undone it, unfortunately, with that incident at turn 4. So he's got himself a lot of work to do, but has shown in qualifying he's got the pace to get himself back up there. But it's definitely a recovery drive from this point.
Yep. So I will go through the finishing positions for this 5-lap sprint qualifier. It's Dark Stomper starts in first, finishes in first. BKS starts in fourth, finishes second. Lewis F1 starts in fifth, finishes third. King's Home starts in sixth, finishes fourth. Shug's Life starts in seventh, finishes in fifth. 2, 3, 4, and 5, they all gained 2 positions. Phoenix in sixth. Exy in 7th, Thibberboy in 8th, Baby in 9th, Iggy Combo in 10th, Giannotti in 11th, Taylor McKenzie finishes 12th, Boosted in 13th, H. Bosworth 14th, Flea in 15th, Ryan Van Doom in 16th, and So Hyped 17th place. He will be starting for the 50% race.
I love Austria, man. I just love Austria. It's such an action-packed track, such a drama.
Yep.
Like I said, if that was only 5 laps, I can't wait to see what the race holds. So, yeah, I'm a little bit disheartened from Alfa Romeo boys, but I know they've got the pace to get back up there again. So fingers crossed they don't disappoint me.
So we are just waiting for the grid placements of all of the runners, as we have to create the 50% race. And then also, if you're able to send Thibble Boy another invite.
Did he get kicked? Did he? No, apparently he's in. No, he's here. He is here.
Okay, cool.
I don't know, was that maybe from before? I think he wrote in the comments, I think, from the look of it. Just looking at the comments, actually. Phoenix says, the has killed me. Was 0.5 up. He's referring to the qualifying I was talking about. He was half a second up, but I'm sure he doesn't care anymore. He's got himself into the top 6, got himself a point as well, so he'd be happy with that. The Alfa Romeo of Iggy Combo has written the Alpha Disaster Class. Both Alfa Romeos not accustomed to Austria. A little bit of work to do, but hopefully they can get it sorted for the race. I mean, if Iggy can finish P10, at least he'll get a point, I suppose. But poor H. Bosworth has done more driving around this track without a front wing than with one. So fingers crossed he can keep himself out of incidents in the next part.
So we are just waiting for the host of the lobby to just create this 50% race.
I've just looked at the comments, Kim. Exy, my boy Exy. Listen, Exy, I know I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but it sounds edgy and I like it, so I'm gonna stick with it. You've got a nickname now, bud. Put it that way. But Taylor McKenzie, do I get 1 point for the fastest lap in the sprint? Taylor, I'm sorry to warn you, but sorry to inform you that sprint fastest lap doesn't count for a point. So I'm afraid not. But I mean, if you do it in the race and finish top 10, by all means, tear away. You'll get the point, but unfortunately not in the sprint. He likes the pronunciation. Actually likes it. We're taking it. Maybe I'm becoming a Haas man now. Oh. Let's see, I've got to set up. I've got to set up for. I normally set up when there's a bit of late drama in the race, but to tell you the truth, I think there's going to be a lot of drama in this race, so I'm going to set up now.
Yep.
Poor Taylor's not happy. He's putting crying emojis. He wants his fastest lap points. Fastest lap, man. I know it's something we never actually considered, to be fair, when it comes to the sprint race. But I think the fact that we're even given points for the sprint, I think it's a nice balance. To be fair, I'm sure Phoenix is happy with his point anyway. I'm actually sure where he started in the sprint from memory, but I don't remember him anywhere near that top 6.
Well, he finished. What place did he finish?
I think he finished 6th. I think he gained how many positions? Was 6 or 7? I say.
Yeah, I think he might have started 11th if I remember correctly, something around there.
Because his lap, he was half a second up on his lap. And then he crashed into the side of the Haas, but so I know he wasn't that high up the order, but he definitely had a good result, and he should be very, very happy with that. Tell you what fight I did really enjoy as well, the fight between Shug's Life and Kingsholm. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. A lot of cheeky little tactics, cheeky little overtakes. You know, it was nice to watch. But it looks like we're starting up a game. We're getting ready to go by the sound. So. Here we go, baby, here we go.
So as we get ourselves prepared for this 50% race here at Austria, for any of you who are tuning in, I would like to say thank you for watching this broadcast / stream. If you have not liked the video as yet, make sure you do that. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do, as it will help us out immensely. Just waiting for everyone to load into the session.
Oh, I'm one of those PS4 scrubs, so it takes me a little bit longer, you know.
Oh!
I said it, and then that's full wet, surely that's full wet.
Oh boy.
Oh, here we go. I'm just gonna go straight to the Discord. I want to see the reaction to this.
Oh boy.
It's wet all race. We're having a full wet run. Yeah, this is good. It's not changeable. It's not going to get better. Everyone's probably not got a wet setup. This is, oh, here we go. Here we go. Carnage turn 1. I'm expecting red flag it now. Just red flag it now. There's no point. Don't worry about it.
Oh boy. This is going to be quite interesting. So as the cars
is it wet? Oh, something was wet down into her tires there.
Oh really?
Did I see BKS on full
wets? BKS
wets?
is on the full wets. Oh, he's looking for a Yarno. He's looking to pull a Yarno at China, going with the... Because maybe maybe it's expected that the rain is gonna get a lot worse and they're gonna have to pit anyways. If he's able to do a decent job on those wet tires, he may be able to save himself a pit stop.
Yeah, I'm not sure what, like I say, maybe we know something that we don't, but he's the only driver out of all 17 to start on those wet tires, so I think he's thinking, you know, he's got to try and do something to rein Dark Stomper in a bit, and if this pulls off and the strategy works out for him, might get himself a cheeky little win today. He's one of those drivers of the first quarter of the season went unnoticed, slowly climbing up.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, I think he's third. Was he third in the standings? Like, just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
One of those boys that are, what do you call it? One of those boys that just was a silent workhorse. I keep calling him a silent workhorse.
Yep.
Oh, sure. What's gone on there? I see Kingsholm was right down in a P11 there in the formation. I'm not sure if he spun, but he's back. He's got himself back into the right position now. But I'm not sure. I don't know, man. That looks like full wet tires to me. I think BKS maybe has pulled the blinder here. Yeah. But that looks like I'm seeing puddles on track. I think it just looks like full wets to me.
Mm-hmm. So we will see what's going to happen off of the start of this race. Has BKS made the right call to go onto the wet compound tires for the start of this race? Just waiting for So Heights.
And predicted strategy popped up for me there too, and it's saying that it was saying Inter, so I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. So we have 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights, and it's away we go. Relatively quick start, and we'll see who has made a position.
Oh, there's a Haas off.
That's Exy.
No, sure. Somebody was off there at the start. Definitely one of the Haas. I think it was Exy that got a little bit of a wheel spin. BKS has held. Aston Martin or Mercedes is off the track. There's Carnage, Kim. There's Carnage. I don't know where to look. I think it's okay. We're settled down again. They actually made it round turn 1 not too bad, to be fair. I was waiting for it.
Oh,
Table Boy though
has made up 5 positions, and so has Baby.
Absolute madness from them. They've full sent it. BKS has managed to hold on to P2, but Table Boy, he's just come out of nowhere. Same with Baby. Wow.
Yep. So good start by both Table Boy and Baby, and Lewis F1 has actually dropped 2 positions from the start. Started in 3rd, now down in 5th, and these cars are just crawling around these turns in Sector 2.
I'm not sure what's going on with Kingsholm, but he's spun.
Yep,
as I've said it.
Yep.
Got himself in a bit of a bad spot there. He needs to watch himself. Doesn't get any damage in the rejoin, but he's got himself back on track. I'm not sure what happened there. He was going very slowly. I seen him drop a lot of positions. I thought maybe he had damage, but I can't
And
see anything.
Shug's life is actually into the pits.
As well as boosted. I'm not sure. Let's see if Kingston comes in. He's pitting. I think he's maybe. I wonder, is he pitting for wet tires? Is there going to be a couple of wet tire changes here? Has BKS pulled an absolute blinder with strategy? Inters for boosted. I think it's Inters for Shug's eye, and it's Inters again. No one is opting for the wet tire yet, so I'm not sure. Virtual safety car? Oh, there's madness at turn 3.
Ooh, and Lee gets a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Exy.
And actually, he currently doesn't have a front wing, so I'm not sure what happened there, but I seen a mass cluster of cars at turn 3. Has Flea got damage? I don't see him at the minute. And whoa, Flea are into the back of John Audi. Kingsham's retired?
Oh wow, so King's Home is now out of this race, as it looks like we are back underway, as Ryan Van Doom has gone wide and allowed Flea to go past, as well as Exy. We have yellow flags in second, so that would be King's Home's car. As looks like Exy is headed into the pits, and Phoenix and Taylor McKenzie, I believe Phoenix just made a move on Taylor McKenzie, now riding on board with Thibbo Boy, making his way past BKS to go up into second. So there is a lot that is happening at the moment.
It's only lap 3. Thibbo Boy's on a run. It doesn't. I'm watching the sector times of BKS. I don't think it's wet tires yet, but he is driving okay with it. He's not far off the pace.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, will this track get wetter and will it become full wet tires? And that's why he's took this gamble.
Yep. We shall see relatively soon, as it is Dark Stomper who is leading the way at the moment, 1.5 seconds clear of Thibbo Boy, who has made up 6 positions from the start of this race. But I'm now on board with Baby, who is going side by side with BKS. And BKS did have the inside line, as Thibbo Boy has set the fastest lap of the race with a 1:14.850.
I tell you what, Thibbo Boy is flying. He's actually reined in Dark Stomper as well. I think Dark Stomper might have a bit of competition today, which he's not really used to be fair. He's normally just disappeared at the front, but Thibbo Boy did really well in Brazil at the start of the season, then sort of dropped off for a bit. But the pace he's shown today, he's back, man. He's ripped 5 seconds out of Dark Stomper's leads in Sector 1 alone.
Mm-hmm. So I was just riding on board with Baby. He made his way past BKS, so it looks like BKS struggling ever so slightly, as we have yellow flags in Sector 2, I believe. Looked like it was where Flea was, but seems to be going as it is right now.
I've got a technical, so it turns out Kingshome's retirement is actually a technical retirement. Apparently his overtake button was stuck on. Is that Aston Martin? No, it was yellow flags just there at the start of Sector 3, but I think whatever happened has been cleaned up.
Yep, and Thibbo Boy just set the fastest lap of the race, and he is reigning in Dark Stomper.
He is flying at the moment. He's really showing his pace. Clearly likes the wet drive, and he's breaking a lot later than Dark Stomper has into turn 3. I'm wondering, is he gaining all his time in the braking zones? Like I said, he's ripped a second out of Dark Stomper in roughly 2 laps. So I think Dark Stomper could have a fight in his hands today.
So I'm on board with Iggy Combo, and So Heights actually just made his way past Iggy Combo to go up into 7th place. As we have yellow flags in Sector 2, it's Flea, and he's around. As Thibbo Boy 3-second time penalty for Boy, so that's not going to help him as he's trying to rein in Dark Stomper for that first place position. But it's now side by side between Lewis F1 and BKS, and Lewis F1 has made his way past BKS to go up into 4th place. So BKS is falling down the field ever so slightly.
He's going to have to hope this track is a lot wetter. At the minute, he's just not got the pace advantage he'd want. He's gonna. The track needs to get wetter for those wets to come in, or he's gonna have to pit for Inters at some point. Inters can last the whole race. It's a bit of a stretch, but I'd say if those wet tires don't come into place soon, he's got to start thinking about maybe a little tactical pit stop onto the Inters.
So Boy is only 4/10 behind Dark Stomper, so he's doing pretty well. But I'm on board with XE, who is currently in 16th, and he's looking to line up a move on, and a bit too heavy on the throttle, and that's going to cost him about half a second as Boosted has now pulled away from the reserve Haas driver.
Really getting a lot of wheel spin out of turn 3 there. It's like you said, he's losing a lot of time in the exit of corners, and it's likely down to that wheel spin that he's getting. If he can get that under control, he might be able to get his way back up the field again after that earlier incident with Flea.
So we are currently on lap 7 of this 36 lap race here at Austria, and it is Dark Stomper who is in the lead of this race, 7/10 ahead of the McLaren driver of Boy, and about 3 seconds behind Boy is Baby. Second race in LFR, currently in 3rd place.
He's matched the pace, well, somewhat matched the pace of Boy from the start. Made up all those positions on by turn 3. I think it was 5 positions they gained each by turn 3. If he can keep this going, he's looking good for a potential podium today. As long as he can keep the penalties away and keep Lewis, who's just behind him, at bay.
Boy has pit, and XE has actually just made his way past, and it's a virtual safety car.
Now this might be good for Boy if he's pit. I'm not sure why he's pit. If it's for a new wing.
Yes, it is. So Boy is into the pits for a new front wing. XE actually made his way past Boosted while all of that was going on, as Shug's Life gets himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings.
Shug's Life slowing right down there as well. I'm wondering if he's got an issue. No, maybe just trying to stick to the delta. Yes, the Boy got damaged. I didn't see where it happened, so it's dropped him down to P11. But I reckon he could stretch those tires to the end of the race. So there'll definitely be a challenge come the end of the race. But I think as long as it stays sort of inter-tire weather, he might be able to stretch his tires to the end of the race. And he's shown already that he's got a bit of pace behind him. So it may not have him out of the running just yet.
Oh, as Lewis F1 gets a drive-through penalty.
Oh no, there's drama again.
Yep.
What's happening? Lewis has got a drive-through after the safety car. Baby's lost it. He's got back on track. He didn't hit the wall because it was on board with him. But that's cost him a couple of positions, so he's just given himself a little bit more work to do. Taylor McKenzie up into P4 after his quali ban. Now P3.
Now 3.
We seen it yesterday. One of the Bentley drivers on Thursday, James went from his qualifying ban to P3.
Yep.
Taylor McKenzie's looking like he might be able to replicate this, and he's got BKS ahead of him, who was on the wrong compounded tyre.
And XE is out. XE is out. Is this going to be a safety car? There are cars that are coming up to this. Yes, and it is.
That's what a lot of people needed. Now, let's see, has Brandon passed the pit lane? No, they're in sector 2 at the minute. I'd imagine you'll see a couple of people pit there, because I'm fairly confident they're going to get to the end of the race on a set of enters. Flea opted to go on. I suppose he's conscious he might get lapped, so he wants to avoid that. Brandon's coming to the pit now. He looks like, yep, he's going to pit.
He's coming in.
BKS, so what's he going to do?
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Well, Dark Stomper going into the pits as Baby gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. BKS goes through.
Interesting.
So what is Dark Stomper going to do? Enters.
Sticking on the enters.
So Hypes gets a 5-second penalty, and he collided with Baby. Remember, these two had 2 incidents 2 weeks ago in their last race.
Oh, not again. Not again. There's going to be drama. Oh, I'm sensing a bit of tension in the Discord. I don't know how to do it. Okay. I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. Bit of drama on the cards. Yeah, this is a bit of a mix-up, though. This is a bit mad.
And it's funny that you mentioned the Discord, because So Hypes actually said before the race started, he told Baby to stay the expletive away from her.
Oh god! There's gonna be some drama, I think, in the Discord. Stay tuned. We'll keep you updated next week.
Oh boy!
We'll expect some drama, probably in the incidents after. There's a 5-second penalty for So Hypes for colliding with Baby. I'm not sure if it was in the pit lane. Baby is a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. But look at Iggy combo!
Oh wow! Yes.
He opted to stay out.
Yeah, up eight positions, currently in second, and behind BKS, who is still on the wet compound tires.
And I don't know, like I say, he must know something we don't, or he's just taking a massive gamble. I don't know, but like I say, at the minute it doesn't look like it's wet weather tires, but yeah, he seems to be happy to stick with those tires. Iggy, I think honestly, if Iggy can get ahead of BKS and BKS can hold up Dark Stomper, it might put him in good nick, because like I said, it's lap 11. We've had a couple of incidents so far. I wouldn't rule out a second safety car this race.
It's interesting. Like, we are a third of the way through this race, and we are claiming that BKS is on the wrong tires, and he's in first place right now. What is happening?
That's a good point. To be fair, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like I say, I think he's maybe either more comfortable on the wets. I don't know. Like I say, the predicted strategy was saying stick with the enters. Like I say, that's basically like trusting Jeff, and Jeff knows absolutely nothing. But like I say, there's maybe a reason he's the only one on the wet tires, and like I say, if he's more comfortable on them, he's in first place at the minute.
Yep.
You know, you can't really fault him at the minute if he's leading the race.
Yep, so during the first lap of this, or when the safety car got called out, so Dark Stomper made a pit stop. So Heights also made a pit stop. Taylor McKenzie and Baby are on the wets!
Right. Okay. Maybe BKS is onto something. Maybe you know, like I say, maybe he knows something. These guys know something we don't. Like I said, Taylor's up to he's down for points. He's been pretty vocal that he's had a lot of bad luck. He normally runs sort of safely within the points, and then there's an incident. Touch wood, because this is where I've done it. This is where I jinx it. And then you'll hear me saying, "Cam, I've done it again," and the Mercedes into the wall. Touch wood. Okay. But I would like to see him finishing some points today. Like I say, down at the bottom end of the table, there is a lot to be gained from 1 points finish. So. You never know. I'm surprised that safety car didn't come in, by the way, because I think everyone's in line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised, but.
Yep. So just one more. Should be one more lap under safety car conditions. Currently on lap 12 of this 36-lap race.
Someone's right.
Yeah. It's Phoenix.
Has he got damage? I hope he doesn't have damage. I think I've seen an end plate missing there. I'm not sure though. I'm not getting the camera angle for it at the minute. Yes,
yep, right side.
He is missing an end with it, so he's going to have to pit. I'm wondering will he take the gamble for the wets?
This is quite interesting.
I don't know, just that track looks absolutely drenched. Safety car is in this lap. I'd be interested to see if anyone's going to take the gamble for the wet tyres straight away here. I won't be surprised if I see one or two. I know Phoenix is going to come in. It's just whether he feels the wet tyres are the better compound for him at the moment.
So currently on board with BKS 93 Cas Blaver of the Ferrari team, who is leading this queue of cars as the safety car is heading into the pit lane, and BKS will be the one to hit the throttle and to signify that this race is back on, and it looks like he has done so and has gotten quite a good jump on Iggy.
So hype, so in P4 making a move in Dark Stomper. Got a great launch off of that restart.
Yep. So that's so hyped into third place, and
that was a little bit, but that was squeaky bomb time that there. He crapped himself. But look at Thibble Boy though.
Yep, Thibble Boy up it. So, and a bit of contact happening between Taylor McKenzie and Dark Stomper's all the way down in 6th.
Yeah, I'm not sure what went on there. He's no damage to the car that I can see, but him and So Hypes are there's a bit of a madness going on here.
Yep. So after 2/3 of a lap, in essence, Dark Stomper has dropped a few positions as Baby and Taylor McKenzie, and I believe Thibble Boy as well as H. Bosworth gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Those 3 drivers have made their way past, and Baby's into the pits.
I'm not sure. Do they still have that drive through to serve? I'm not sure from memory, but I'm getting a bit anxious because you might remember I'm going back to Monza again. That lap 1 incident between Iggy Combo and Thibble Boy. It's looking like the two of them are going to be going side by side very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I think Baby did serve that drive through there. That's what that was about.
Okay. So currently on board with Thibble Boy. So BKS, as Dark Stomper has made his way past Taylor McKenzie. Taylor McKenzie may not be doing too well on those wet compound tires at the moment, as So Hyped made a bit of a lunge and actually sent Taylor McKenzie wide, and So Hyped promoted into 5th, although a bit of contact was made between himself and Taylor McKenzie to make that position happen.
I'll be very surprised if he hasn't got damage from that, because that was quite the punt. He hit him quite a reasonable speed, like we play on standard damage.
Yeah.
Taylor looks like he's thinking about diving into the pits here. Is he thinking it's
He is.
I think he's going to go inters. Keep an eye on him when he's in. Is he going to go to the inter tire? Yes, he is. He's coming off the wets and onto the inters. He does not like the feeling of that wet tire. Don't know what is going on or how BKS is managing it, but he's still holding on to that P1.
Yep. So I'm currently on board with Thibble Boy as he is just following behind Iggy Combo. Iggy Combo currently in 2nd place. Thibble Boy currently in 3rd, as we have yellow flags in Sector 2, and it's Flea.
He does not like that corner, that's one thing. And he's missing a front wing as well. It's going to be another pit stop for the Red Bull.
So that's unfortunate for Flea as BKS gets a 3-second time penalty. So Iggy, who is in the middle of 2 drivers who have penalties, Iggy is looking good at the moment.
Honestly, I think he wins the race. Like I said, I was talking to him beforehand, feeling the pressure from his teammate. Oh, and there goes Thibble Boy. He gets a move on him though, but
Yep.
his tyres are going to be absolutely scrutinised at the end of the race. I'm not sure if he'd be able to take it to the end, but if he's running in P3, it might be worth the gamble.
So I'm currently on board with Shug's Life, looking to make a move on Boosted. They are almost side by side, and ooh! Boosted!
What's he done? What's he done? He's done madness! He's done madness!
Oh my goodness!
That was mad! It's another safety car!
And yep, it's another safety car. So Shug's Life has lost his front wing. Boosted has lost his front wing as well.
That was absolute mad. I think he completely missed his braking point.
You know what happened? Boosted tried to go defensive on Shugs. And I think Shugs made contact with him and it sent Boosted wide. And then he lost control of his car when he went off to the right and came back left. Now, watching BKS going into the pits.
Now, this is what we need to keep an eye. Is he going to go to the wets? Table Boy's in. Iggy stays out.
Iggy?
Dark Stomper also staying out. So Hype's staying out. BKS.
BKS onto the Inters.
So Inter is maybe the better tyre. I say if he was going to stick on those wets, he would have done it obviously, but I want to see actually. Whoa, Table Boy DNF
out.
Now that was strange because he was in the pit lane and I'd just seen him teleport to turn 1. And his car's missing a wheelie?
I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but like he was in the pit lane. I'm nearly certain I've seen him in the pit lane. If you look, he's at turn 1 now without a wheel.
Yeah. That is quite strange. Stibbleboy has left the session.
Just checking the comments to see if anyone can tell me what just happened, but that was very strange. No, I'm not getting any update. Maybe if I get an update, I'll let you know. But I'm nearly certain he was in the pit lane there whenever he had that incident. But he's parked in such a strange spot.
So we are currently on lap 17, just about to cross the start-finish line to go on to lap 18 of this 36 lap race. So we're just at the halfway point. It is Iggy Combo, who started in 10th, all the way up in first place, but he is on the same tires that he started this race with.
The only driver not to have had a pit stop so far. Boosted Shug's Life into the pits again. Boosted went to the wets, committing to the wets. The only driver committing to the wets at the minute. Unless Shug's Life decides. Just waiting to see. No, he looks like he's going to go for a set of inters as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Iggy, the only driver not to have pits. Now, I know the inters can do an entire race, but they will be dead by the end of the race. So I'd imagine the guys behind him will have quite a hefty tyre advantage on him. So I'm not. To be honest, I want this race to end right now under the safety car because we've got Iggy in pole and H. Bosworth in P4, and that's a stunky result for the Alfa Romeos. But like I say, I'm just hoping that they can keep it on track. Touch wood.
And
if you know what I'm saying.
It's actually, so H. Bosworth is actually in third right now, because So Hypes has a 5-second penalty, H. Bosworth has a 3.
After that controversial incident with his apparent new rival. I got a bit of an update on Thibble Boy. So he says, I was driving out of the pits and was about to scrape the wall a bit, and then the game was just like, no, and my wheel was off, and all of a sudden, explicit hell
Wow.
is what he said.
Wow.
So I think the game's actually done him dirty there, because I honestly do think he was the fastest man on track today.
Yeah.
Like I say, he was unfortunate to miss out in qualifying with the update today. It was taking longer than expected. But yeah, that's done him massively dirty. I did see there, by the way, Flea's pit. He's opted for the wet tyres now. So there's boosted and Flea on the wets. Like I say, I'm not sure. I can't even make a call on what tyre is the best to be on, because BKS is when we started the race on the wets. He's now the lead fresh inter runner. So he obviously thought that maybe it was Inters, or he's willing to give it a try anyway. But yeah, I don't know. It's a hard call to make. Safety cars in this lap, so Flea will not catch the back of the safety car before it comes in. If he does, he's going to need a rocket ship on the back of that Red Bull. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But it's coming in tonight. Tonight? Yeah. Now. It's coming in now, Cam.
So it is Iggy Combo of the Alfa Romeo team who is leading the pack, and it will be him who decides when it is time to go and get this race back underway. Still not gone as yet, and yep, looks like it's power down, and he is away. And Baby has actually made up one position already. Taylor McKenzie is side by side with Ryan Van Doom, and Ryan Van Doom goes very wide. Lewis F1 is into the grass.
No, Lewis, no! What have you done? You were in such a good position. That's going to cost him massively. I didn't see any damage to that car, but he's lost it in the exit of turn 1. It's going to cause carnage. Oh, got it.
Taylor McKenzie having a bit of a traction issue. So Baby has made his way up into 6th, starting, I believe he was in 10th when they were in that safety car queue. So good job by the AlphaTauri driver.
I've seen Dark Stompers manage to get his way around Iggy. So Hypes is sitting in the wait, and he's just hoping that Iggy makes a mistake. And like I say, he'd be doing well to hold these guys behind on those tires, but he's got to try realistically.
So I'll go up to BKS is side by side with H. Bosworth, and looks like H. Bosworth is going to yield slightly as he didn't want to make contact. Although this is going to give the invitation for Baby as he is going side by side with H. Bosworth, and goes slightly later on the brakes and able to make that move up into 5th. So Baby making his way back up the field.
Turn 1's scaring me. We've had a couple of incidents today with turn 1. It's, every time they go side by side, it's traumatising me a little.
Yeah.
Taylor McKenzie gets a track limit warning. I'm not sure what for, because I've definitely seen him run wide there rather than cut it. But hey ho, the game's decided he's worthy of a penalty.
So his Dark Stomper has reclaimed that first place position, which he started this race in. Iggy Combo currently in 2nd and up 8 places from the start. As now on board. Oh, and Phoenix runs into the back of Taylor McKenzie.
Oh, that's not good. There's some of the front wing chains coming here, maybe. It was quite a hefty hit. Taylor McKenzie has M8 damage as well, I've just seen. Phoenix runs wide. There's no damage to the front of that Aston Martin that I can see, but Taylor McKenzie's up at the box. I wonder will he swap back to the wets, give us a bit of insight, because honestly I'm baffled about these tyres. I don't know which is the right one.
So Shugs looking to make a move on Phoenix, and it's side by side between the Haas and Aston Martin driver.
Touching going into turn 3, but Chug's Life has sent one up the inside. Oh, a little bit tail happy. Next end, Gennardi's round.
Yep, into the wall is the AlphaTauri driver of Gennady.
It's going to be another pit stop there. I did see some end plate damage, so I'm genuinely impressed with Iggy. Honestly, like I said, he's making those old tires work really well. Like so hyped. So he's just behind him, but he doesn't look any closer than he did at the start of the restart from the safety car. If he can hold on to this, I'll be a very happy boy.
Yeah. So it's Shug's life almost side by side with Phoenix. However, Phoenix does keep himself ahead in 8th, but Shug's life, as we have yellow flags in Sector 2, it's Flea who is around again.
In the barrier, and there's another phase. The poor Red Bull team going to be forking out a lot of money this week. It's going to be a very expensive week for Red Bull.
So it's side by side between Baby and BKS, and Iggy also being passed by So Hyped, and now Baby as well. And BKS is going down the right side of Iggy, so Iggy has lost 3 positions.
Yeah, he's forced a little bit wide there into turn 3. Got himself onto the outside of the track, and there's very little traction out there, so couldn't get this car up and going again onto that back straight. But at the minute, P5 holding on to it. He has no penalties, though. Remember.
Yeah, so he would currently be, I guess, P2 as it is right now. As, Shug's life. As Flea is out. Oh, he's retiring in the pit lane. Phoenix gets himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings, and he's going side by side with Lewis. I think Lewis made his way past Phoenix. Phoenix must have some sort of damage, because it looks like he is understeering quite a bit.
Follow it from here. I don't see anything on the front wing, but we did see he run into the back of Taylor McKenzie earlier, so I won't be surprised if he's got some sort of damage, but trying to fight it and it's just not visible.
Oh wow. And Baby almost went for the switchback on So Hypes, but wasn't able to make it happen, and So Hypes is able to stay in 2nd place.
I'm just a sort of minor observation. The amount of penalties there have been in this race really showing how difficult this wet weather driving is.
Yep, so it's only Dark Stomper and Iggy and Gennady who have kept it clean so far. So, and So Hyped has a bit of an oversteer moment, and that is Baby. Oh, it's side by side between and it's both of them battling again. Here we go again. So Hypes and Baby side by side.
The rivalry camp.
And then they contact. And they made more contact. I don't know what it was that So Hyped was doing there.
Oh no!
That may be going to the stewards.
I didn't see, but all I seen was Baby's AlphaTauri barreling into the wall. I'm not sure if there was some bad blood there from that incident, but the bad blood between these two is going to continue, it seems, because this is. They just can't race side by side, man.
No,
it's
honestly.
like watching Hamilton and Rosberg.
So I'm currently on board, and we'll see if I'm assuming Baby is going to be going into the pits. So Hyped actually continues, so he doesn't have any damage, it seems. Yep, Baby is into the pits. So it'll be interesting to see if there is any incident reported to the stewards after this race.
There was a lot of drama in such a short space of time there. I'm not even sure what to think, to be honest with you. They made contact up the hill towards turn 3, contact on the exit. There was a track limit penalty. Oh, that was a bit dicey, to say the least.
So I'm currently on board with Lewis F1 and going side by side. Ooh, and Shugs has a bit of an oversteer moment, and Lewis able to take back that 7th place position, as Shugs Life did have him going up that first DRS straight, but Lewis F1 is able to take the position back.
Tell you what, he's made quite the recovery drive so far. I suppose at this stage it's kind of an even playing field. The next 3 drivers ahead of him all have the same amount of penalties as him, so he's gonna have to get a move on to try and get onto the back of H. Bosworth. I think it's about a 5-second, 6-second gap at the moment, so it's doable, but it's a bit of an ask.
Currently on board, so both Ferrari drivers 2nd and 3rd at the moment, so they are doing very well at this point. But now on board with Ryan Van Doom, making his way up beside Iggy Combo, as Baby gets himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings, and Ryan Van Doom able to make his way past Iggy Combo into 4th.
And Van Doom, as a driver I haven't really spoken about, is doing absolute bits today. I'm trying to find the position change. He's up 12 positions.
Yep.
So hype's up 15.
Yep.
I'd say there may be some penalties implied with the incident there with Baby, but like I say, it'll go to the stewards, so we'll not find out after the race. But definitely a solid drive from him at the minute. Dark Stomper, though, as always. Just a real commanding drive. The only one who really could have challenged him was Stibble Boy, who unfortunately had that weird retirement that I'm not entirely sure about, but that's unfortunately what happens sometimes whenever those things can't happen in real life, but they're more than capable of happening in the game.
So we're currently on lap 28 of 36, only 8 laps remaining after Dark Stomper crosses the start-finish line the next time around. Closest battle on track is actually between both Alfa Romeo drivers.
As I was saying earlier, that both of them are. Oh, yellow sector 2, it's Shug's life. Sure, not late safety cars, a virtual safety.
So I wonder, will Iggy pit? Maybe. This is going to be interesting.
I don't know if it's worth it. Like I say, he's in a position where he could potentially get maybe 3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
I think he may as well try and ride it out on these old tyres. Like I say, he's done the whole race on these tyres so far. He's the only driver not to pit, and there's some drivers have stopped 4 times so far, so I suppose commendments to him, because he must be absolutely struggling in those.
Yep. So as it stands right now, he's currently in 4th, because Ryan Van Doom would drop, as we are now back underway as the VSC has ended. So yeah, Iggy Combo is currently in 4th place. I guess, yeah, if he did pit, he would have probably dropped to 10th, maybe 9th or 10th.
Probably comfortably out of the points that we had. Taylor McKenzie gets moved on Shug's Life, because Shug Life is in the pits.
Yep.
Forgot that he had that incident, and he's obviously had quite a bit of damage from it. He's serving his penalty, by the looks. Yeah. So he's getting a new front wing on that half.
Yellow flag sector 2. Lewis.
No, has he got damage? He's missing his front wing. After that amazing recovery, he's had another moment at turn 3. A lot of the drivers getting caught out at turn 3 today. But he's going to have to pit, and I hope, you know, he can at least stay in the points at this point.
So we just saw that So Hype's got himself another 3-second time penalty. BKS is making his way up to his teammate. I wonder if... Oh, and BKS! So Iggy is actually currently in 2nd place right now.
If he can hold on to this, he's doing really well. Like I say, 6 laps to go, we just have to hold on.
And both Ferrari drivers, like BKS, almost went into the back as Lewis is struggling to get back into the pits. Taylor McKenzie makes his way past. these Ferrari drivers should not be battling each other like this.
Not doing themselves any favours at the moment. Like I say, they need to get the foot down. Lewis retires after that incident. It doesn't think he's going to be able to get himself back into the points. But no, they're not doing themselves any favours, those two Ferraris, because they've got a lot of people behind them with a lot less penalties. They're just going to drop themselves down the order.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to say on board with BKS to see what it is that happens between these two Ferrari drivers, as we're currently on lap 30 of 36. Stark Stomper just crossing the start-finish line, sets the fastest lap with a 1:13.994 to commence lap 31.
Okay, Brandon, we get it. You didn't need any extra points. You're already winning the championship. I can't bet you really need to go for the fastest lap. Mind you, I just was on board with Brandon there. It really looked like he was struggling in that braking zone, locking the tyres up a little bit. I know he does race on no assists normally, but big block up into turn 3, like I said, for someone who really doesn't have to push. It looks like he's pushing a little. As Bailey decides, nah mate, screw your extra point, not happening. It's not happening, mate. No, mine. He wants to get a point off that, incident with So Height, so he's trying to get himself a little bit of an extra point boost.
So Iggy, currently on 30 lap old tires. This is unbelievable. I don't understand how it is that he's doing this.
It's absolutely mad. He's right on the cusp of BKS's penalty window, though. I think it's about a second really in it. The Ferraris are still fighting each other though and holding each other up. Really only doing Iggy Combo a favour at the minute. If he finishes to finish P2, what a drive! What a drive! He's done the whole race on the one set of compound tyres.
Yep.
I'll be
yellow
really
flags. Sector 2, that might have been Shugs.
I think so. I think he's trying to warm up them wet tyres at the minute. And he's off again. He's off again at turn 4. Surely not a late safety car. Surely not a late safety car.
So Caleb McKenzie gets himself a 3-second time penalty. A baby set another fastest lap, went into the one, I think it was 13.4s.
Honestly, I'm just glued to this split time between Iggy and BKS because that's the one that's going to matter. I think he should be on for a podium at the minute, at least. But if he can get P2, that would really help the Alfa Romeo boys. I suppose another one to watch is actually. Oh, no, Jam, I near did it again. Cam, no, mate, I need to stop talking. I was on board with it. I was about to talk about H. Bosworth and how he could potentially end up in the top 4. Big massive snap of oversteer coming out of turn 7, I think that is 7, yeah, turn 7, but he managed to keep it on track thankfully, so thank goodness I stopped talking.
Yep, so Janati and Shug's Life are both being lapped by these front 4, now 5 drivers. So we have yellow flags in sector 2.
Yeah, Shug's Life got a massive, I don't even know what snap oversteer I'll call it. He's doing donuts at that turn 3. But yeah, he just got a massive snap oversteer when he lit up the rear tyres. So I was going to say he was fighting for the last points paying position with John Audi, but he's done himself no favour really.
So still on board with BKS. It looks like So Hypes is pulling away ever so slightly from his teammate, but as it is right now, BKS, no, it's actually, yeah, so Iggy Combo is currently in, is he in second? Just,
He's only just, I'm keeping an eye on that split to BKS, like I say, he's literally in it by a tenth of a minute.
Yeah.
There's 3 laps to go though, so I think the Ferraris have realised the more they fight, the more positions they're going to lose. So they're settling down a little bit, it seems.
Shug's Life has retired from the session, so all of these drivers will be scoring points as it stands now. As we only have, as Dark Stomper making his way to the start finish, we will have 2 laps remaining in this race.
I think Iggy's starting to drop off now. Like I said, he's done the whole race on these tyres, so they're bound to go over the cliff at some point, and I think he's maybe just hit that part. I think he's just out of the window by about 3/10 there. So he's either going to have to really push those tyres for the last 2 laps, or he's still going to be looking at a podium, but I'm sure he'd really like that P2.
Oh, and it looks like BKS is actually making his way back closer to his teammate as Taylor McKenzie gets himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. Ooh, and a bit of an oversteer moment for BKS, and that is going to help Iggy as, yep, Iggy's back. No, he's not back in the window. He is about 8/10 out.
Barely 8/10, but it's only going to take one mistake from either of them, and it'll either make or break the podium for them, really. But I think Iggy's actually claimed a little bit of time back there. The gap's roughly a second. It's going to be the one to watch as they cross the line, but just look at how far ahead Dark Stomper is at this point. Like he's just got an absolute command and lead.
Yep, so we are currently on the final lap of this. Ooh, as Dark Stomper, he went in deep into turn 1. That was quite odd.
He's just showing off at this point. You know, that's all it is. Brandon, do a burnout when you cross the line there, mate. Well, just, you know, give us something to look at. Get yourself that camera time. Go on there. Yeah.
Yep, so it looks like, yeah, Iggy is, it looks like it's going to be a third, as if everything stays as it is, it's going to be Iggy Combo finishing in third.
Just to avoid the penalties too. Like I said, I don't know how many warnings he's got, but if he's only one warning away, it'll literally take away, oh, it might take away the podium from him, really. He's got a puncture! He's got a puncture in the last lap!
Oh no!
The front left's giveaway on him. He's on the last few corners now. That's gonna throw everything. This has happened to him before. He's got a puncture in the front. Like, oh no, man! I've just looked. He's got. It's not bad at the minute, but it's gonna get worse. He's got 3 corners to go.
So Dark Stomper does win this race. So Hypes does finish in second. BKS finishes in
and he's
third.
round.
Oh.
This is absolutely heartbreaking stuff. He has to be careful when he's joining because his teammate goes through. He's been absolutely robbed of a podium. And he's round again. Oh, don't blow up the car now. Oh, please don't do this. Comes home in peace. He's been robbed. Absolutely robbed of a podium.
Wow.
The tyres had to hold on for 3 more corners and they just couldn't do it. He's going to be devastated. I'm devastated.
What a final lap. That is unreal. That is unfortunate for Iggy.
I'm gutted. I might cry. I think I'm going to cry. Tissues, please. Tissues. Oh, there's one over there.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, always last lap drama. Always last lap drama on Tuesday. But yes, Dark Stompers come home to take the win. I think So Hypes is off the podium. Ryan Van Doom, I believe, with his first podium.
Oh, wow. Yes. Well done by him. So I'll go through the final finishing order for this race. Dark Stomper finishes in first. BKS in second. Ryan Van Doom started 16th, finishes third. So Height starts 17th, finishes fourth. H. Bosworth starts 14th, finishes fifth. Iggy started 10th, finishes sixth. Taylor McKenzie started 12th, finishes seventh. Baby in eighth. Phoenix in ninth. Janati finishes in 10th. And then Shug's Life in 11th, Lewis F1 12th, Boosted 13th, Flea in 14th, Dibble Boy 15th, Axie in 16th, and King's Home finishes in 17th. But that is, he went from third, finishing in third, down to sixth.
Wow. It was as dramatic as I thought it was going to be. Baby came in with the fastest lap there in the end. But wow, even glancing at those starting positions and where people finished, it was definitely very mixed up. I don't think I would have predicted that podium either, to be fair. So, props to those guys. Congrats to Ryan Van Doom on what I believe is his first podium. It's really going to help out the Aston Martin guys. But yeah, anyone even finished, I think, deserves commending at this point. But yeah, unfortunate for Guy Campbell in that end, but at least it was exciting.
Yeah. So that is our coverage for Tuesday Limitless 2 racing in Limitless, for the Limitless Gaming Esports coverage of Limitless Formula Racing. This upcoming Thursday will be Thursday Formula 4, and the race will be taking place at USA, as that race was supposed to happen last week. However, it got postponed and it was a break week, so we kind of merged the two. So that race will be taking place this upcoming Thursday. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do, as it will help us out a lot. And please like this video as well. For myself, as well as Big Weir, we would like to say, take care.
All the best.